Good evening, Gogglefrogs.
Good evening.
Hello there. And you're right. It's Gogglefrogs. It's a Thursday. It's different, but we're here for you. So absolutely wonderful to see you on a Thursday. I'm Angela, and this is my amazing friend, co-host, Marion. How are you, Marion?
Okay, thank you. And you?
Yes, I'm very well. Thank you very much. Yes, it's been a little bit. I was just saying to Marion, it's been a strange 48 hours, I think, not just 24 hours, 48 hours. So it is Thursday, Wednesday evening. I was all ready. I had my pit stop all ready as to where I was going to do Gogglefrogs, and that was going to be outside Wetherby Wheeler in the car at Calder Island, just off the M1. But do you know what? I'd forgot my laptop. So that's why it didn't happen yesterday. And I just thought, you know what? Trying to sit there with an iPhone in the car and I just thought, no, I'm moving it to Thursday. So that's what happened yesterday. And that's why we're having a Gogglefrogs on a Thursday evening. And I know lots and lots of people are pantomimes and you name it. But the wonderful thing about doing this on Demio is there's a replay sent out. So, so people will still get the replay sent out. So I hope you've had a good week. And you know the rules by now, peeps. Hopefully you've got a cup of something. I've just spilt it on me, but I'm up at, well, I'm working tomorrow.
Doing what?
Hot Vimto.
What are you doing tomorrow then?
I'm at work.
Doing?
So I said the other day, I wanted to exit the house, and all my stuff that I do is in the house, etc. So yes, I work all over the county and the region, and assisting people, I suppose, as they do their COVID tests. So yes, I will be in a car park. Actually very close to where I live tomorrow. So that's what I do. So
helping people do their COVID tests.
Yeah.
What, PCR tests?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I have a bag and I collect a bag back. So it's brilliant. It's out in the fresh air. Absolutely love it. I have 4 days at work and I'm finished by 3:00. It's absolutely amazing. So tomorrow I'll probably be home at 3:20.
And your mum's all right until then?
It's perfect. It just works perfectly because we've got tomorrow and then Saturday and Sunday I'll not be at home and then I'm at work on Monday. So it just works really, really well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing. So I thought I don't want to ever go back. Actually, never say never. It wasn't something I wanted to do, to go back to what I've been doing. I can't work Monday to Friday. Can't work 5 days on the bounce. Can't work full time. And it was just like, it's fabulous. I absolutely love it. So I have to say, I jump in my car on a morning and I have a massive smile on my face all the time.
That's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
As a sales manager with the huge bonuses and everything, it was just, where I'm going to pull those sales from. I always did it, but it was so I absolutely love it. And I go to work. I love it. I come home and and I'm normally at home anything from 3:30 to 4:00. Some days
I haven't asked you to do any extra time or anything like that.
If I want to, but I don't. So it's fab. So tomorrow morning I'll set off at 8:00 in the morning. I'll start work at 8:20. But I'm paid from 8:00, so it's fine. So yeah, so it's
perfect.
It's really, really good. I'm loving it, and it's something that is good. So anyway, we have got so much. No, actually, we're just going to chat to you for an hour, but I've had a little delivery, one of my 2 deliveries of yarn already, and I'll be sharing that. And Marion, you said you've got a pattern, haven't you, that you wanted to share?
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about knitting things. I've got me a little bit of knitting, you know, the one that I'm doing. This is Robert's headband. I just took it out of my bag and half of it had come off. So I just need to redo a couple of the stitches while the music's on. And
Yeah. Now,
Robert
sent out a teasing message to you and I about that one.
Yeah, he said
It
something
was
about
very
the
much a
music.
teaser.
So I'm not quite sure what the music is
No,
going to be.
no. You can never sometimes work out how Robert's mind is working.
No.
Sometimes.
And Robert is on the M25, so he may join us if he gets home, but I think he's just going to sit back and enjoy.
I think
the journey.
the message was, I'm in the biggest car park in the world.
Yeah, which is the M25, isn't it? So cheers if you live in the south and end up going around that car park, which isn't great. I know.
Yeah.
So a big hug to Robert and everybody else who is sitting
Stuck
there
on
watching
the M25.
minutes.
I just hope that people are only stuck and it's nothing more serious.
Yes. So, but what we've got yarn to talk about, haven't we? And I'll tell you something. It's all connected with what I shared on. When was the last show? It was Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't make Saturday. Now, what
No, it was
I doing
Monday. It was
Saturday?
Monday. No, it wasn't Saturday because I was working. And I'm working this coming Saturday, which is why we can't do Gogglefrogs. But hey ho. I announced, unfortunately, that I learned Bar You are no more, which is really, really sad.
Didn't there no, it was Blacker that passed on, wasn't it? It wasn't Bar New where the owner died.
I don't know. It's and I did have a conversation with a couple of people in the industry, and they knew things had, they kept trying, like, let's give up the shop, let's go online, let's work as a co-op. So they'd done everything possible to try and make it work. And I think, unfortunately, what had happened but hey ho, with all these things that happen, maybe that's the opportunity to sit back and come back with whatever they want to do next, which is, it's never the end, is it? It is never ever the end.
They could well rise again as a phoenix, bigger and better than before.
Absolutely. And talking about things like that, what is really quite interesting is there's somebody who built, not in our industry, crafting, but in another niche, and she has helped crafters build their businesses, and sadly got a message that she'd actually passed away. However, her daughter communicated with us and like how the business is going to continue, and apparently that was all part of her wishes, etc. So
that's nice,
absolutely amazing. And you just think, wow. So whatever happens, there's a lot of things that happen in our lives that we think, this is a real challenge, it's a real struggle, but you know what, something always it's always for a reason. So yeah, I just hope that the people from Bar You take time out for them. I think that's important, to take time out for
and
them.
regroup and have a good old think.
Yeah,
because there is a place for them somewhere. Yeah. There is a place for them.
Absolutely. So anyway, if you're new to this, and I know we've got lots and lots of people not here with us live this evening, because they always are with us on a Wednesday night, and I know it's Thursday and there's so much going on. But a big hello to everyone watching us on replay, and a big hello to everyone who's watching us live as well, and hello to everyone who will watch us on YouTube. So we've got a chat box. We will read out the chat box so that you know what everybody's talking about, and we will ad lib and we will chat as well, because when you get the replay, the chat box doesn't show, and that's why we read it out. So just say a couple of hellos, and good evening, Brigitte. It's show 301, and he's here. Robert, how did you do that? Do you have a magic carpet?
You're right.
We're fine, thank you. What's the point? How are you?
I'm okay. I can't hear you, but I could hear you before I logged in. So I'll be back in a sec. So
he's back home. So So we'll leave Robert to come back on, but that's lovely. You get the three of us. So Janice says hello everyone. It's episode 301, and Brigitta's got her sundowner tonight, so that's wonderful. I hope everyone else has got their favourite drink. So I've got my hot water. You've got your water, Robert. I don't know if Robert can hear us. Can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry, I'm back.
Oh, fabulous.
I have Disaronno and orange.
Yo, that's a different drink.
That sounds unusual.
I really like Disaronno and orange, and the bottle's been sat on the kitchen side for 2 weeks because I was thinking I can't really justify opening it too early in December because the bottle will be gone very quickly. But
when is too early in December?
Huh?
When is too early in December?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days after it's opened. It's supposed to be for Christmas. It's my Christmas treat.
Hang on a minute. The shops are open up until the 24th. You could always get another bottle.
Yeah, but last year I drank one very quickly and got accused of something.
What, being drunk?
Being an alcoholic because of how quickly I got through it. 3 days. So anyway,
that's about the average that a bottle of gin stays in our house.
Yeah, so it's been on the side, and I thought, right, I've had a problem in a shop tonight. I've had nightmare on the M25 coming home. I'm having alcohol.
Hang on a minute. Can we rewind? When you say you were having problems in a shop, does that mean your shop or another shop?
Oh no, I've been off today. Went to Kent, Christmas shopping. Decided on the way home that I was stopping somewhere, and knew straight away I shouldn't have done it. And then waited in a queue in said shop for 20 minutes. Then had enough, put the item down, walked out, and said, "If you can't serve more than one person in 20 minutes at a till, not interested."
Oh, I'd have given up and walked out after 5 minutes. I think you were very good to wait 20.
Yes.
Oh, my word. The naughty people. Naughty.
We were in a very big and very well-known, I can't call them a department store because they're the other end of the market. And there were 3 checkouts open, and the queue was going round. And I'm going, how much longer? And then all of a sudden they put 3 more tills on, and the queue went down quite rapidly. But I was getting antsy after a couple of minutes. I don't like, don't like queuing. I will queue, but I don't like it, you know. But never mind. Oh, are you picking up your stitches, Angela?
Yeah, I've done it now. And the reason why I'm picking up stitches is because this was in my handbag, and half of them came off in the handbag, but it's done now. All sorted. Fabulous.
A good reason to have circulars. You just pull them through and they don't.
Yeah, no, mate. I will do anything to avoid circulars.
Well, you want cork or something to stuff on the top.
I know, but it's just, you know what, I do it every single time. So never mind, it's all picked up now, and it's a simple one, so I know it's something that I can actually pick up and sort out. So Brigitte said, sorry, it must be something that we said. She says she's got bottles like that. She's got bottles like that as well. Once the cork is out, the stuff evaporates. I know. Oh, tell you what, I went into a certain supermarket last night, and they had a couple of gins on offer. So, well, they had more than a couple of gins on offer. It was really hard to choose, but I picked up a bottle, and I've been looking at it for a while now. I picked up a bottle of Roku, the Japanese gin.
Oh.
So I've got a bottle of that, which I opened last night. It's nice. You know me, I'm a London dry gin person. I love the strong taste of London dry gin. So yeah, it's pleasant, very pleasant, but not that strength of juniper. And I've got another one that's in the shape of a cut diamond like that.
Oh, I've seen that one, but I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it's in the back of the car. So I thought I'll leave that for Christmas Day, as well as that bottle of lemon gin that is still sitting there. So I've got to be careful because Christmas Day, I've got to drive to Leeds and back. Boxing Day onwards, I'm working. So my Christmas Day is going to be about the 22nd or the 23rd this year.
Good.
And I'm going to drink a whole bottle of gin and be ill. No, I'm not at all, but I might have some turkey. So I've got a couple of new bottles of gin. Tried one, it's okay. But do you know what? I looked and I thought, shall I have my favourite again? That I can't remember what it's called, but in the blue bottle, the tall bottle. And I thought, no, I'll go for something different.
Bombay Blue Sapphire.
No, it's Miller's. Is it Miller's? Miller's gin, yeah. Lovely.
Don't know
really
that one.
lovely taste. So and do you know what? I agree with you, Rod. Brigitte says, according to Rod, there's only one true gin, and that's London Dry.
Do you know what? I have to admit, I've tried it once on board ship, but I've never bought a bottle for myself. But I did buy a bottle for Ollie's boarder this year, and he was absolutely delighted. He couldn't wait for Christmas. We gave it to him. He got home. I got a text saying, "Oh, thank you very much, my favourite." Okay, right.
What was it?
London Dry.
I just love this stuff. I know the world is full of flavors, but you know what? Everybody slates Gordon's, but in comparison to certain gins, I still enjoy, as long as you put a decent tonic with it. Gordon's is fine. It's a little bit, it's a little bit harsh, but it's fine.
It's okay if you're starting out.
It's
if you've
fine.
never had gin before, try Gordon's. If you quite like that, then progress up. Then the next stop is the Tanquerays and the Bombay Sapphires, and then go on.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyway, I'm sorry, Robert. We have been sitting here just talking about gin. And I know that you've got some amazing music for us this evening.
Yes, because you teased
we
us.
haven't even said good evenings.
No, we haven't, have we?
Well, as we said, it's small and perfectly formed this evening. So, as well as myself, the wonderful Marion, and the amazing Robert, we have Louise. Hello, Louise. And hello Janice. Hello. And hello, Brigitte. And I know that we've had people saying, sorry, I can't make it today, but they will get the replay. So hello to everybody who would normally be with us on a Wednesday. But because Angela forgot her laptop, there was no way that this could go ahead. I
can't believe that. That's like forgetting your keys.
Do you know what? As I left the house in the morning, I knew I'd got clothes, I'd got stickers to sew in. I'd got my sewing box. I'd got shoes, I'd got the list, I'd got everything. And I kept thinking, I've forgotten something. And it was like, it's fine to do the Facebook Live from here and use my phone, but at the back of the car, just no way would it have worked properly. So I thought, you know what? I can't believe I forgot my laptop. It's the one thing I never forgot. It always goes with me everywhere. So really
I complained bitterly about my granddaughter having her mobile permanently attached to her. But practically the first thing I pack these days, if I'm going away or put to one side to pack, is my laptop, the chargers, and the mouse. They're
absolutely
ridiculous, isn't it?
So, what have you rustled up for us tonight then, Robert?
Yes.
In our amazing interlude.
Yes.
So I should just say the reason why I couldn't have done last night is because when Angela posted that she'd forgotten her laptop, I was already at work. I was already kicking myself because I had forgotten to put the music on. And I was going out last night. So I couldn't have done anything. I'm very sorry. I went to see Spider-Man.
Any good?
Definitely. Really, really, really good.
Oh.
I very rarely clap at films, but there were a couple of scenes in there where I just lost it and clapped because it was really good.
Wow.
Did
Yeah.
other people join in as well?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
The last time I went to see a film, I went with my friend Anita, and we went to see Les Mis. And we'd got to that really sad bit whereby, that little boy gets killed and somebody's mobile phone went off. And it was, he was not flavour of the month, I can tell.
No, I can imagine.
He totally destroyed the atmosphere, totally.
Right. I'm going to play music. I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm going to apologise because I'm going to run back out. I don't think I'll be back by the time the music has finished. So this evening's music is something for the current times we're going through.
Yeah. It's always one of those. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, bless. So,
well, I thought that given that Omicron is changing daily, I just thought we'd have a bit of a pick-me-up.
Yeah. I thought it was older than it is. I thought the song was older than 1979. But even then, it's still been around, 40 years? But it seems like longer in the nicest possible way. And it was part of the Brian by the Monty Python crew.
Yeah.
mm.
And they've done different lyrics to it as well. They did different lyrics to it for Prince Charles' 60th birthday in 2008. And then they did different ones again for him.
Very apt. For him, very apt.
Yeah.
You were born to be a king, but, look on the bright side of life. You're still a prince.
No, it says, if Spamalot is hot and you like it, or perhaps not, a bunch of knights in search of holy grails, when you're 60 years of age and your mum won't leave the stage, it's good to know you're still the Prince of Wales. And they did it again for the closing ceremony of the 2012 Summer Olympics. And that is when you're stuck on the world stage with lots of loonies half your age and everything is starting to go wrong, it's too late to run away. You might as well just stay, especially when you play your silly song.
Oh, so good. So good.
I think they were absolutely brilliant, Monty Python. Absolutely brilliant. They were definitely ahead of their time.
I'm still gobsmacked that the one who went around the world in 80 days was in Monty Python, because he seems so. I know that they're. Yeah, I just find it strange to think that,
Michael Palin.
In that.
Well, same as John Cleese.
Yeah, but John Cleese is quite a character, isn't he? He's sort of quite an eccentric, I believe. Where Michael Palin, that's it. Michael Palin just seems like a person who's a travel expert, rather than having this. Because they were so. I mean, they were so groundbreaking. They must have been banned by so many people.
And when you think that Michael Palin did "I'm a Lumberjack,"
yeah,
you know that song, "I'm a Lumberjack and I'm all right," and perhaps Robert could play that for us one day, because the words are different. But where were we? Somewhere in Canada, and they've got a pedestrianised area, and it's got one of those signs, no entry, and it's got John Cleese doing his funny walk as one of the signs to show that it's a pedestrian area. And he's actually seen it, and I think he opened it. They were telling us. I can't remember which town it was now, but yeah, it's very much an accepted thing all over the world that John Cleese is known for his funny walks.
Wow, that's brilliant. Oh, so anyway, at the top of the show, we mentioned a couple of things. So I hope that you all enjoyed that, and I think it's yes, it is. It's been interesting times for nearly 2 years, hasn't it?
Oh,
well,
yeah.
over 18 months now, and
Nearer 2 years.
it feels like 10. Yeah, so it is strange times, but you know what? There's always a little bit of happiness in every single day. There's always a smile in every single day, although it is so damn hard to remember that sometimes. It really, really is. So hopefully you've had a good day. So I let you know about Baramu yesterday, and you probably knew, on Monday's show, and you probably knew about it. And I just loved their stuff. And you know what? There is such a small amount left in the world, but I ordered a few skeins. So I don't know what you think to my colours. Now, as you can tell, do you know what? I just realised I'm not in black for once in my life. But you know what I'm like? I love the rhubarb. So I've got a skein of rhubarb.
Is that their last ever skein?
Yeah. Well, there was one skein left with that company. So there was one of those. I thought, well, I'll get it. It is, it's not the one I liked, but it's what's left. So I've never had Titus, and I'll tell you why. It's wool, 70% British wool and 30% alpaca. I loved the one that had 50% wool and then 25%. It was 50% Blueface Leicester, 25% Wensleydale, and 25% Masham. Or something like that anyway. So I got that one, but I ordered 7 skeins of the last of something else as well. The green. It's actually
I love that
green. It's not the jade that you can see here. How can I? Let me try and turn the light off.
It does look like jade green on my screen.
Yeah, it's more of a grass green. But I got 7 of those, and I thought, you know what? I'm from Yorkshire. They were from Yorkshire. They were proud to have the Yorkshire heritage, and they've now gone. So there was, can I just say, there was purple left. I've left the purple, but I love green, and I got the last rhubarb. So I'm sure there's other little snippets here and there, but yeah, just so sad. And Robert, you may not know, it's all right. I paid for it myself. But what do you think I've ordered? It's not moving.
Oh, no. Well, I know.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you linked your computer
you
so that you can see everything she does, rather like a parent?
But I've got 5 skeins of undyed camel coming.
I was going to say, I know, because you messaged me yesterday and said, is it okay if I reach out to get it?
I know. But yeah.
And then asked me if you needed anything else. So
I'm now in the, right, okay, because I thought, right, I've got to create something. I've just got this vision in my head. So trying to find the ideal pattern for 4-ply undyed camel that will just look like spun gold. So anyway, that's it. So I've treated myself. Those are my me to me gifts for this year. So but they're not, I don't think they'll end up under the tree, because I don't have a tree yet, and I don't know whether I can be bothered to buy one, And secondly, I think I just need to look at them every day and not wrap them. So so I'm very, very happy. Yeah.
I also ordered wool today.
Did you? What did you buy?
However, it's not for me.
Oh.
It's there was an email from a supplier that said, would you like this on special offer, and would you like this on special offer? So unfortunately, Angela, I did reach out and order some stuff for the shop.
That's all right.
But it's not on the website yet, because I thought we'd take it to Sheringham and do it as a Sheringham exclusive.
That sounds good.
Any purple? Any purple in it?
Oh. No purple.
Yeah. So that's really good. And the thing is, when it's this close to Christmas, they still have to get their sales targets in. I know I'm from sales. So anyone who can take an extra order later in the month of December, yeah. And the thing is, it's fine. We sort of need stuff, but yeah, I'm sure we're having lunch next Wednesday, aren't we, Robert? And lunch always means that the two of us have got ideas. so we should have some great end of year ideas. So yeah, but I absolutely love this. It's a real
that's the day of the Christmas party.
Huh?
Next Wednesday's the day of the Christmas party.
Yeah.
Yeah, at night. We're meeting for lunch. We won't be sat there drinking all day.
Really?
No.
Well, I can hand on heart promise I won't be, because I'm picking Mrs. Gogglefrogs up.
And I will.
There are such companies called taxi firms that come and pick you up, or there are husbands.
Well, my husband's working.
My husband's working, but I could ring Ahmed, the taxi man. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's just one of those things. We're meeting up, so it'll just be lovely to have a couple of hours.
If I drink at lunchtime, I'll be asleep by the party. So.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much the same. So I don't think I'll be bothering. But yeah, so I was quite. It was when you make a bit of a purchase, and it's one of those purchases that you've got to make, but actually you're really quite unhappy to have to make that purchase to grab some of the last ever. So it's not nice. Beautiful colour. I'll do something with it, but that's there. Needs to be hidden before a certain person comes home. But it looks like, honestly, the box looks like a box of shoes, so I can just say it's a box of I'll do that. It's a box of shoes for my dad. I've had to buy my dad 3 pairs of shoes.
They came in 3 boxes.
Huh?
There were 3 boxes.
Well, there's 4. I'll just tell them I've bought my dad 4 pairs of shoes.
Hang on a minute. You had 7 skeins of one and 5 skeins of another.
No, this is 7 skeins of one and 1 skein of another from this company. And then I've got a few more coming, but that just looks like a box of shoes.
But hang on, Angela, 8 skeins will comfortably fit in that box.
Yeah.
So what's in the other 3 boxes?
Oh, they are pairs of shoes for my dad.
Okay.
So I
had this thing thinking, oh my God, she's got 4 shoe boxes full of yarn from Barbara. You
know me too well. That is the norm. I've been on a yarn diet. How long now? I've used 1 skein up and I've just gone mad. I was supposed to use up 10 skeins, 10 balls to be able to buy new. I've used 1 ball and there's 8 skeins. And there's some more coming, but never mind.
I've used none and I haven't counted up how many I've bought.
Oh dear. Oh, so anyway, it's yeah. So this is your headband, Robert. So we've got matching Sheringham headbands.
Oh, lovely.
We're going to look like something out of, can you remember that amazing tune that we had months and months ago? And it was Cliff Richard's Wired for Sound, where he was on his roller skates, skating around Milton Keynes shopping centre. I'll never forget that. I never realised I lived so close to where he made one of his things. And I do believe he was in a bit of lycra. So we can both go around in our little things in Sheringham.
Do you know
Okay.
how old he is now?
It must be about 126.
Oh, he's 81.
81.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sure I
Wow.
saw that somewhere recently. He's 81.
And he's still touring, he's still singing. And when people go and see him, they say he still sounds amazing. Like no weakening of his voice or anything, which is really good. So
well, he's had a good clean life, hasn't he? Very little alcohol, if any. Doesn't smoke.
I know.
And I knew he was 81 because he's a year younger than my nan.
Oh wow. It's
Shall we catch up in chat?
Yeah.
Brigitte said that she's got, and I can't pronounce it, a bottle of schnapps, but it's more than 3 times the price in England if you can get it. She likes it, but she's not prepared to pay silly money basically for it. And going back to always look on the bright side of life, it's so true, but not always easy. And Janice wanted to know if anyone else sang along. Brigitte said she did, and she whistled. I certainly did. And Janice says that she can't whistle all that well. Brigitte goes on to say that she started watching Monty Python's Flying Circus when we rented a telly when I was on early maternity leave in 1970. Watched it all and all the repeats. Bonkers, but she liked it. Janice, nor can I. Oh, can't whistle very well, that is. And she goes on to say that without lockdown, there wouldn't have been Gogglefrogs, and my bank balance would look a lot healthier. And she's laughing out loud. Yeah, and she goes to correct herself, healthier, not health. Yeah, that's all right. I read it the right way. But shall I share with you what I found?
Yes, your pattern.
I got told I had some memories on Facebook. Well, I shared one. Well, I shared a couple actually. One was taking Alora shopping to Birmingham, which we loved doing. But that's not one of the share was how do you get a teenager out of bed? Well, you send Ollie up to them. But we don't go any longer. I mean, there is no John Lewis there. There's no reason to go there really any longer. But the second thing that came up was this. And I can share the pattern. It is free. It's, they're little gingerbread men in 4-ply. And they're rather cute. I should have spotted it earlier than this. So people could have had a good old go at knitting one. The decoration is down to you and you alone. And it says worsted weight yarn. Well, about 90 yards, so that they can be made out of scraps, which is wonderful. And it just says, now for the fun bit. Your gingerbread boy can be embellished using any materials you like. This is a chance to show off your creativity. Buttons, rick-rack, ribbon, etc. Sewn on, stuck on, you name it, you can do it. So I thought that was quite fun. So if you would like, I will share that. But I thought they were rather cute.
That'd be really good. And great to give to people who are on a diet as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So they've still got their gingerbread, but
yeah.
Right. Let's see if I can share it. No, I don't want that one. No, I don't want that one. Looks interesting. Sorry. Mm. Oh, no, that's odd. It won't let me. Let's me post to friends. See all.
So sometimes there's really weird settings. If you post, Marion, and then we
I'll
can
post it
see.
to my friends on Facebook, then should be able to share it.
Yeah, there'll be some people in the group though who aren't your friends.
I know. No, I know.
If you share it, we'll see if when we do something, or we can
Well,
put it.
you'll see it because you're my friend
we'll
on Facebook. I will have a look on Facebook now and see if I can. Oh,
that's cute. That's so cute. And everybody has a few odds and sods of beige brown wool that we don't throw away. It's always sitting there. So that's really good to use it up, isn't it?
Yeah. And as I said, it's a free pattern. And I could actually have cut and pasted it, you stupid woman.
You're not a stupid woman.
I feel it.
You've just learned something or just reminded yourself of something. So don't worry.
I almost I almost signed myself up to do something, and luckily it was on Facebook, so I could rein in, or it was on the Guide Dogs unofficial site. This lady was saying how people were knitting so many toys to raise money for guide dogs, but they hadn't got round to sewing them up. And she'd been sewing them up, but they weren't very neat. So I just said, just a little tip, in future, use mattress stitch. And she came back and she said, something along the lines of, are you offering? And I just went I thought, I'm not offering. Because if there's one thing I hate, it's sewing up toys.
Absolutely.
That's a non-starter.
Yeah, I think that's all of us, and sewing stuff up, which is why top-down knitting is so lovely, because all you've got to do is possibly sew the arms together.
But on some bottom up, I've done 3 bottom ups and I've had no sewing up.
Oh,
none
really?
whatsoever. Yeah, 3 needle cast off and short row shaping on the shoulders, pick up round the arms, 4 DPNs or circulars for the sleeves, no sewing up. Pick up round the neck on a circular or DPNs again, no sewing up.
Oh,
just sewing in.
Well, that's yeah, I'll have to have a look at some of those. Yeah.
No, the pink one I wore the other night was no sewing up.
Oh,
absolutely none.
Right. Okay. There we go. Oh dear. Does itch a bit when the fibres fly up my nose, but never mind. So anyway, I'm going to have an early night tonight because I didn't even get home. So I went up to Leeds yesterday. We set off before 9. Got up to Leeds, checked the house, picked a few bits up, went to the shops for certain bits, went to see my dad, went to the supermarket afterwards, filled up with petrol. Then we went and got our obligatory fish and chips, which was very nice, which is where I was going to do Gogglefrogs, but I couldn't because I had no laptop. Then went to drop some my uncle's Christmas present off in Doncaster. Then went to see a friend in Sheffield. And then I got home at 1:30 this morning. And it was, well, I can't go straight to bed because if I go straight to bed, I get restless legs. So I had to stay up and have 2 gins. I thought I'll have a couple of gins. Yeah. And then today, bless, Mum wasn't very well when she got up. So I don't know whether she's eating something. I don't know. And then while I was out, can you imagine it? We live in an area where we have no street lights. And there was an electric surge. which means that everything in the whole little hamlet surged, but ours tripped. So my mum was sat there for over half an hour in the pitch black on her own, no lights, couldn't even see your hand in front of your face. I arrived back home after going to Hemel, parked the car up, thought that's strange, the light hasn't come on, walked to the side of the house, light didn't come on again. I thought, oh dear. I saw on the WhatsApp group that there'd been like, had anyone got a power issue? So then I came in. Thankfully, I'm so thankful that my mum didn't try and walk anywhere. But yeah, so bless her and Splodge were in the dark. And honestly, you know, when normally, if the electrics go off, people have street lights outside, but when you live in the middle of nowhere, you don't have street lights. So there is absolutely zero light from outside. So yeah, it was one of those days. So bless her, really felt for it today.
Well, it's odd that you should say that, because there's been a power cut at Tesco's and Aldi area tonight. They didn't know quite how long it was going to be. And we've had flickering lights on and off in the early part of the evening. So there could well be something going on.
Yeah, it's underground cabling issues, I believe. So if you're local and if you've got a few problems, temporarily rerouting power to houses without power in the Leighton Buzzard area. And this creates a dip in electricity supply that we experience as a flicker. So that little flicker meant that we went out. So never mind, we're fine now. But it was rather a tortuous experience, I think, for my mum. But thankfully, Splodge was there. As someone to talk to. And it was about half an hour. But that's really scary, isn't it? Seeing as me and my mum, all our lives, all we've ever done is watched horror films. What happens when the lights go off in a horror film? Exactly. So whenever something like that happens, we instantly go back to a film that we've watched at some point. But all is good in our little hamlet now.
Yeah, so, Brigitte said that she had flickering lights as well.
Well, there are some people off in the Leighton Buzzard area. So they were diverting to them. So hopefully those people won't be without power for very long.
Yes, let's hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. We haven't even looked at Facebook, have we?
No, we need Robert for that.
No, let's leave Facebook for next week. There's not a lot on there.
All right. Okay.
And I'll have a go at posting that pattern on my laptop or from my laptop.
And I'll have a go at taking a few pictures of things. And you know what? I was looking for a project. So I was looking at patterns. So you know what you do? You lose half a day, don't you, on Ravelry? By the time you've been there for 5 minutes, you think, I've been here 2 hours. Anyway, out of everything, I've got this beautiful... I started doing that cat cardigan where I decided I wasn't going to steek it. And you couldn't steek it because it wasn't the right wool. And then I decided, no, I need to do something else. So then I thought, oh, that's a really nice cardigan. Realised it's exactly the same cardigan that Jackie knitted with, you know, the purple with the stripes.
Yeah.
But I haven't quite got enough blue. So then I thought, I've got a ball of something else, blues and golds and stuff like that. Would that work? So I've now got to go to the stash tomorrow and to try and find this. Is it Shea Maya? They're balls of wool.
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean.
They're like chunks. So it's in the ball. And I've got one of those that I've started to knit something with.
Zawamaya.
Is
or
it
something like that? Zawamaya?
Yeah. So I was thinking I could do, because I've got 4 balls of navy, 4 balls of the most beautiful jade. And it does say that you can do these stripes in other colours, but I was just thinking I haven't got enough navy. I've got a different navy and for, you know, I bought for a project that's never happened. But I just need to see if I can mix that in, or if I need to go to the other navy. But yes, so that's another little pattern. So I spent about 2-3 hours of my life, and in the end, it's like the one I want to do is the one I've seen Jackie wear 2 or 3 times now. So I could have just said, Jackie, what's that pattern?
You might even have said, Jackie, can you knit it for me?
I know how much it would cost anybody to knit something for somebody else.
I must admit, I did try it with her once. She said she had a Debbie Abrahams blanket, and I sat there and I went, granddaughter would like that. She'd love it if you knitted it for her. And I got the filthiest look imaginable. And I said to her, does that mean you're not going to do it? And I just got a rude expression.
Yeah. But that's what I did today, and I haven't even started to look for something that I could do that in. However, I know I got a couple of. I have got the Yorkshire Shores pattern book. It's really weird. All of these books that they produced are no longer in circulation anywhere. Like, you can't buy them. So everything's been taken down. So I just need to have a look in that book and see what I can make out of 7 skeins of that beautiful green. A new watch, I'll look, and I bet everything needs DK, but we'll create something out of it. I just thought something green would be lovely. I do like green.
Do you remember that Gansey blanket you did?
I started.
Well, I rather fancy doing that eventually, but I have got 2 IOUs. I've managed to get rid of everything else. I'm down to 2 IOUs. One's for Richard and one's for somebody else that is half finished. But Richard wanted a V-neck sweater for Christmas, and that hasn't even got started. But my list of things that I was going to make for Christmas has just disappeared out the ether.
Yeah, it's like anything. I always start the year off really well, and I always start the year off and finish a project as a Christmas present, and it's always finished by January or February, and that is the only one of the year that I actually finish.
Well, I had hoped to knit 4 children's hats, 4 scarves, and maybe 4 pairs of mittens. How many did I get done? Oh, that would be 0. And this is from July onwards, and I had hoped I would normally have got Richard's jumper done. Has that happened? No. Has this waistcoat I've been knitting finished? Nope. Has another shawl that I would have liked to have done been even started? No. Has the pattern I've wanted to do for Robert? Well, that started. I've got it established, but is that anywhere near finished? Nope.
You have got a reason though, Marion.
I know I've got a reason, but I'm getting really cheesed off with it.
I know. But
because every time I think it's getting better, out comes the vacuum cleaner and you know, it starts it off again. Because unfortunately, I'm not in the position where I have a partner who can do the vacuuming for me or lift up a heavy pan for me, and so it's taking longer.
Yeah, it is a challenge, and we are, no matter how much, like you know, I don't even hoover in my own house, but I'd happily come round and hoover for you. You might not think the quality is very good if I tried, but I'd do that anytime for you. But we, like you say,
oh, she's gone.
She's gone.
Brigitte's saying that she didn't get half the stuff she wanted to do done this year. She really enjoyed tonight. I needed cheering up. So that's really sweet of you, Brigitte. Well, the next one's, is there one on Monday? Yes, is there one on Saturday? Have you got a Gogglefrogs on Saturday?
There's not one on Saturday.
No.
Monday?
Not
Or
for
is the
me.
next one now Wednesday?
No, the next one's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Party.
Oh. Yeah, next one's Wednesday. Oh.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Yes. I can't believe it's this is really quite strange. Am I looking at the calendar right? That it's Christmas Day next week.
Yep.
Yeah. A week on Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. That's quite strange, isn't it? Really freaky.
9 days time.
Never mind. It'll be lasagna on Christmas Day. It'll definitely be lasagna on Christmas Day this year because we're going up to Leeds and then we'll be driving back home. So yeah.
Well, my Christmas tree has made it from the garage into the house.
Oh, well, that's good.
That's. But I have some cards. I got my first Christmas card last Monday, I think it was. I haven't opened any of them.
Have you not?
No.
Oh.
I'm definitely a bar humbug.
Oh.
Definitely a bar humbug.
Well, thank you very much for our cards, Robert. I have got cards here. I've got 4 boxes of cards. I don't know what year they're going to be written in. Hopefully this year.
Well, we did our usual donation to guide dogs, and I know other people do donations to charity, which I think is a good idea. I started doing donation because the postage got expensive, not because I didn't like sending the cards, but because the postage got so expensive. And at 95p or thereabouts per card, I'm thinking, whoa, that's
I
the way to gin. So
yeah.
Right, we're at 9 o'clock and I need to go because I've not seen Gary today.
Oh, bless.
Oh, I thought you were with him on the M25.
No, he's been working today.
Sorry, I thought you'd been with Gary today as well. So sorry about that.
No, it's fine. And he was having dinner as I came in, so I went. I'm going up to do goggles while you're eating.
Oh my God!
Are you at work every day now? From now?
No, I've got next Wednesday off.
But apart from that, you're working.
Yeah.
Oh. So, well, Robert, you get yourself off. It's been lovely to see you, and we will close in a minute.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. I will. Granddaughter came round yesterday. College didn't happen because of sickness at college, so she and her friend decided to go to London, just ad hoc, and she called in on her way home, and she now has a part-time job. And she said, it's ever so expensive going. She said, if I want to do these sorts of things, she said, I'm going to have to do more work and get more money, So she's already learning the value of money, which I think is really good. That if she wants to do things, she's got to earn the money. Mummy and daddy and nanny and granddad aren't going to pay for everything for her.
Yeah. It's a hard lesson, isn't it?
Yeah. And she's her dad saying to her, look, if you order stuff online and it doesn't turn up, you need to sort it out. If you can't sort it out, then I will sort it out. And she's sorting it out. She ordered something at the end of November and it hasn't arrived. So she's emailing. Her dad might be telling her what to do under the Consumer Rights Act, but she's doing it herself.
Can I just say how impressed I am with that approach and the parenting? Because both of us love a certain radio show, the JVS show on Three Counties Radio, which is Jonathan Vernon Smith, that every area that we're in, you will have your consumer show on, whether it's Radio Leeds, whether it's Three Counties. But I am always absolutely gobsmacked how many people ring up, parents ringing up about what car speeding fines or car parking fines, or like problems with driving lessons for their children. And then you hear that their children are like 22, 23. And you just think 22 and 23-year-olds can be married, they can have mortgages, they can make
Be parents,
have several children. And there are so many children who can't even sort out a simple thing like making a phone call to a radio show. So, excuse me, you're a consumer expert. Can you help me? I'm in a bit of a pickle. This is what I've done so far. And so can I just say, please tell them how impressed I am with their parenting. I think it's absolutely...
Don't forget, Andrew works in the retail field, so he knows about the consumer rights.
So it would be even easier for him to pick up the phone and sort things out. But the fact that they are, of course, that they will. I know that all of you would step in if you really needed it. But it's really, there are so many people who are mollycoddled now, I think. So, and yes, I am saying this out there. I think it's fabulous. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And I have to say, in our household, you know, hubby has a problem with something. Like when he booked his, when he couldn't travel to Belgium and had to cancel the hotel booking. Who was it who rang the hotel and sorted it out?
Oh, I think the initial A comes to mind.
He's an A as well, but yeah. And then it's like he said, oh, we've stayed in this beautiful house over in France before, and we want to see if we can go there with the numbers that we've got. So anyway, he said, oh, do you want to email them? Yeah, I will. So it's when one of you is better at something than the other, it's absolutely fine. And that's how we do it. And there's certain things that he does that I will not do. I will not do.
Lime plastering comes to mind with that one.
Exactly. When it comes to properly tidying up, I'm useless. I just can't do it. I get halfway through and think, I don't know where any of this stuff goes. So I will do all the cooking because I'm the best cook. It's just one of those things. But I think that's absolutely brilliant that, you know, let somebody have a go at sorting it out. And when the answer is no, or when they don't get where they want to be, that they come back for a bit more advice and go back again and have another go. And of course, you then take out, you know, support them when it gets really difficult. But I think that's brilliant. So hats off to Kirsten and Andrew for that approach. I think it's what makes us, isn't it? And you know what? I know, like my parents, when I really needed their help, oh my word, God help anyone who stood in my way, because if I needed to call in them, it would get sorted. But I still had to go at sorting it myself first.
I can remember once I was dealing, my father asked me to do something for him because he was afraid that he'd go in too heavy-handed. So I can remember saying, I'll tell you now, I said, you're much better dealing with me than my father. And they said, why is that? I said, because he will really lose his temper with you. With me, I said, you'll be able to have a conversation. With him, you won't.
Yeah.
It was sorted.
It's so true. And I remember a little, even back at school, I was having problems with, it happens in school, there's bullying and stuff like that. And I was having problems, and I was advised how to sort it out with the individuals and then go to the teacher. And I came home and said, well, this is what I've done. And it was, you know, wasn't being sorted out, and it got really horrible. And I'd gone to the head of year and blah, blah, blah. and they just hadn't acted on it. They hadn't tried to stop these females trying to bully me. So then my dad went in, had a very, very, very short meeting about I'd gone and this is what I'd reported. Nothing had been done. So you either get this sorted out this evening by tomorrow morning, or I'm suing you as of tomorrow. Do you understand? Here's a solicitor's letter that you will be getting if you don't sort it out. Do you know it was sorted out like that? But I had been forced to try and address it several times. But yeah, it's interesting. It sort of makes you, I think, as a person, it's not nice. It's not nice having to, but as adult, it makes us better, not better adults. It makes it easier for us to deal with these issues as adults.
What you do find is if you've got a problem and you try and deal with it pleasantly, you're more likely to get an amicable resolution. Whereas if you go in screaming and shouting.
It just happens all the time, doesn't it? You know, but you know, we win some, we lose some. That's just life. But that's really good.
Yeah, because you know, when I was at work, we'd get it all the same, people yelling and screaming. No, nope. Water off a duck's back. You know, I want my refund tomorrow. Nope.
Not gonna.
No, you're not. And somebody who still is quite well known, his accountant rang me and asked if his refund would be expedited. And I went, sorry, no. Just because he's a name doesn't mean anything. He said, well, I'll let you have some tickets to his pantomime, to the pantomime he's going to be in St. Albans. And I said, yeah. I said, sorry, but I'm not allowed to accept that sort of thing. It will be dealt with in date order. He said, does that mean you're not going to deal with it today? I said, yeah, it does.
You got it in one. Oh, wow.
And he didn't like it. But then by the same token, somebody else has phoned up, and you could tell from the file that they were broke and they needed the refund. And it was, I'm really sorry, but do you think I could have my refund as soon as possible because of X, Y, and Z? Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it today for you.
Oh.
And we would. But, you know, when they try and pull and say, do you know who I am? No. Do we care? No, not really. You take your turn just like everybody else.
Pull rank and bribery, I think, is the term for that one. Oh, bless. Oh. Yeah. Well, how is your arm anyway? Because everybody wants to know how you're getting along, Marion.
Well, I say which one. The left one with the jab in it is okay now. Good. The right one, I'm without the support.
That's
and
brilliant.
Most of the time it doesn't hurt. But
brilliant.
Get the vacuum cleaner out, or pick up a large pan with boiling water in it, you know, and pasta and rice, and it starts to hurt. So it's still not there. I'm having more treatment on it on Monday. And then we'll reassess the situation in the new year. But I can't see my knitting until easily January.
Bless it. And I know it's such a big part of our lives, isn't it? It's one thing when we choose not to knit or crochet, also because our knitting mojo's gone for a little while. That's totally different. When we would like to relax and do something.
I'm sat there in front of the television and you can't really read, and my knitting sat there and you're not doing anything.
No, it's such a shame. And I know everybody is hoping that you're going to be able to knit again, but sometimes we just have to not do anything for a few months.
What I've had to do.
Let it heal slowly. Such a shame.
I didn't mention it to the doctor when I saw him because, as somebody said, having a cortisone or steroid injection, it's only going to put a plaster over it. It's not going to cure it, so there's no point.
Yeah, it's
Time.
it's really weird, isn't it? I mean, these things do heal, but they heal slowly. Yeah, so fingers crossed at some point you'll be able to.
Well, you want to go to bed early. It's now 9:15.
Oh, well, I'll finish this row with you. And
I must say, I thought that your headband looked absolutely amazing the other day when you modelled it. I thought that was absolutely lovely.
Oh, thank
really
you so
did look
much.
superb. Really did.
Do you know what?
And I've still got. Oh, I've got his label. Where is it? I've still got my Mo. Is it Mo?
Oh,
up there. He looks as though he's going to fall down. But, yeah.
Bless.
I'm sure I shared something with a frog. Might have been just with Robert, actually, recently. Oh, I'll tell you what I will share now that Robert's not here.
What's that? We're having a late night.
I ordered it by mistake because I didn't. You can't tell when you order online what it's going to be like. Now, this is Hogwarts is Your Home.
Oh.
And I thought, oh, be great for Robert until it arrived. And you think first off, oh, yeah, that'd be a nice sort of little project bag. It's velvet. You don't.
Brigitta's just put on there. He'll see the replay. I'll just send him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because he's not getting it now. Because you don't give a man velvet, do you? With well,
I don't know.
Can you see him liking that?
He likes anything Hogwarts.
And that on the back.
What is it?
Well,
is it a bag?
Yeah, it's a little
project.
It's
type
what
bag.
I call. They do it as a toilet bag, but I think toilet bags this size are ideal for projects, little projects.
I think it's lovely.
You know, if you want socks or anything, if you don't want to use it as a toilet bag. But from the picture, I didn't realize that it was velvet and all soft and smooth, soft and furry. So that'll go in moustache and it'll become a raffle prize for something at some time in the future.
Or as we used to have, before we went into this strange situation, you always had a couple of presents sitting there just in case somebody popped round with a present for you.
Yeah, the trouble is though, being Harry Potter, it has to be specific to somebody who likes Harry Potter. And Robert is the only person I know that's specific. Mind you, Robert, if you do see the replay and you would like it, it is yours.
Oh, do you know what? I remember when I was little, and my mum's, a friend. Oh, I'm nearly out of battery. Hang on a minute. A friend's mum used to start shopping in January and bought just about everything in the January sales.
I used to do that.
Yeah, and then what I found really strange was she'd go to the top of her wardrobes and she had a list of people. This was when it came to about September, October, November. And she'd think, right, okay, I'll allocate the presents now. So she just had all of these things. And some things have been in there for 5, 6, 7 years. And she said, right, Angela, yeah, that'll do for Angela. And so she didn't actually buy with people in mind. It was just she had this array of just things. And I just found it a bizarre way of Christmas shopping. Like you got something.
Well, I'll just show you something. I couldn't find Elora's Christmas sack, which I think most of you know. I made her a Christmas sack because, well, I knew a Christmas stocking wasn't going to be big enough. And I couldn't reach it because it's in a cupboard on the floor and it was right at the back. So I needed to wait for Lolly to come and get it. So I decided to fill a bag. And that's the bag I was filling. So I
Right.
kept thinking, there's not enough in there. I need more because the sack's so big. Well, we got the sack out. And it's full to overflowing. And she saw me fill it. And I looked at her and she looked at me and she said, "You're not getting me anything else, are you, Nanny?" And I said, "No, love, I'm not."
That's
And it's
amazing.
heavy.
That's well done.
It's heavy. Because I thought, oh, I just need one sort of large, soft thing to fill it up. Well, I've had to squeeze that in.
Oh.
She wanted a dressing gown, which I got her.
Well, I'm sure that she's going to be absolutely delighted with whatever is in that, because that looks brilliant.
Well, what I do now, because I couldn't be bothered to write labels, is I just get a gift bag, get all the presents and put them in the gift bag here.
Yeah. Well, that's really good. But this year for presents, I've got a friend, she's got her own business, fantastic things that she does. And I just thought, do you know what? I'm giving you all my money. That's it. Everyone is getting something from you. So that's where I've done my Christmas shopping. And we were supposed to meet up today. And then she says, "Oh, can you make the weekend?" I said, "I can't. I'm working. Do you want to send them to me?" So she says, "Oh, I'll send them by the weekend." So fingers crossed they'll be here soon so I can go and deliver everything.
And Brigitte has just said quite rightly, Angela needs to go to bed, and she does. Have you finished that row yet?
I've done about 3. So here we go. We've done a little bit. And
it's looking lovely.
Well, do you know what? It is all of these odds and sods walls that we've bought over the years that are sat there. There's a little project for every one of them, isn't there? So
like those little gingerbread. So if we go, I can have a play and get it shared. We'll say good night and see you all on Wednesday.
And I'm going to hide my shoebox with a pair of shoes in it.
That was unbelievable. Yeah, that was unbelievable.
It does look like
I have some larger empty boxes in my garage if you need them.
I probably will. I haven't even told Robert what's coming.
Not all of it, you mean?
It's all for me anyway. Doesn't matter.
But, you haven't told him about all that's coming, only some.
Only some, which is quite fun. But yeah, so I can't wait. If anyone has got an idea for a beautiful cardigan to be done in 4-ply, what is it? 4-ply camel. Let me know if you've got any ideas or suggestions, because I haven't come across the one yet. But yeah, I don't want loads of lace in it, but I just want something beautiful because I know it's going to hang and drape like nothing else.
It's got to show us the yarn, so it's got to be simple.
Totally simple. It's going to look like spun gold. It's going to be amazing. And the thing is, it's like, do I make it into a little waterfall? I don't know. We'll see. It's only because I don't like doing buttonholes.
Or maybe even the crisscross one that you've already done. On that note,
yes,
5 minutes after we said good night.
Good night, Marion. Fabulous.
Good night, Angela.
Love you all.
Everybody.
See you
soon.
Bye. Bye. And hopefully Marion will now go and get a cup of water and she'll be okay. See you soon. Bye.